I just want to thank you for being here. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself once people start coming in. And just again, I want to thank you for coming on.
Yes,
Definitely
ma'am. Thank you for
appreciate.
having me.
Yes, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So we will just give this a couple of seconds. I know people was texting me. I don't see nothing. I'm like, okay, we're having technical issues, but we are on our way in here right now. So let me go ahead and pin this to the top of the bar. I will put the comments on here so that you'll be able to see the comments when they come through. So the comments will come through. They'll be available from YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook. So
Okay.
you wouldn't know which ones they're coming from. I think that's only administratively I'll be able to see it. But you'll see. I'll post them down on the ticker so that you can see the
Okay.
comments if they're deserving. Look, if it's some bunch of mess, I won't be doing it.
Yes,
Some
ma'am.
crazy folks. All right here. All right, Miss Felicia's on here. How you doing? That's your mama.
Hey,
Your
mom.
mama said, look, your mama said, hey son. But we was just talking about you before before we got on. I was like, your mama was so graceful and so calm and everything. I said, but she was also letting them know,
Yep.
don't come for my baby. Don't try it. Because I will come out of this brown paper bag, this calm brown paper bag I'm in. I will come up out of it.
Listen. Yeah.
Now, before we got on, Arius, you were telling me about how supportive the women were and your family, and you were extremely passionate and uplifting about that. Can you tell the audience about, because I thought that was very important what you said.
Yeah. Yeah. Really, my mom, my wife, and my little sister have done a lot. When my dad first went into the hospital, uh, I unfortunately heard it from my mom, and she would tell me just to breathe. And I, text my wife, and she's okay, just go, like, get to, see dad. And then when I initially found out he had a stroke, Auntie Kai called my mom, and I just couldn't say anything. I couldn't even breathe, and she said
Hmm.
we're on the way. And then I went back to my wife's grandparents' house, and she was like, "Hey, just breathe. Everything will be okay. We don't know what's going on. Dad's strong. He'll come out of it."
Right.
And then even during the funeral, my wife is, like I said, she doesn't do funerals, and she's holding my hand. She's calming my leg and telling me to breathe, and my mom's on the other side, telling me to breathe as well. Um, and it's just great to see how they came together and just supported me
Hmm.
really through that time of need.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what you needed because, this was definitely unforeseen because your dad was very healthy. I
Yeah.
mean, looked like the picture of health. I know when I worked with him, he'd be like, Sarge, sure you want to put that in your body? I'm sure I do, Wade. I'm definitely sure. So definitely, and that's one of the things that I definitely want to convey to people, especially on a platform like this is that we just never know. We have
Yeah.
to be thankful. And we have to let the people that we love let them know that what we holding on to it for. It don't cost us a penny to tell somebody we love them. It don't cost us
Hmm.
nothing. So that's one of the things. Is just that basically, I'm glad that the women were there. Women have always had that throughout the history. We've had to be strong and men
Yeah.
are expected to be strong and where you can't show any weakness emotion or anything like that that stuff is for the birds. That stuff don't even count no more. So if you need somebody to lean on and your mom, your sister, and your wife is there, hats off to them. I'm glad they were there for you. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
that's
Yeah.
enough about me talking. Look, that's enough about me talking. This show is here for you to I want you to be able to give the tribute that you couldn't do, that you weren't allowed to do at your dad's services. And the floor is yours. You can speak about whatever you want to, whomever you want to. I will not be trying to lead this conversation. This platform is for you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first off, everyone doesn't know me. I'm Arius. I am my dad's only son. If you do know me from back in the day, y'all know me as Little Wade. And as I got older, I would always correct you guys and say, I'm not Little Wade, I'm Big Wade, because I was taller than my dad. Um, Honestly, I thought about writing stuff down. I thought about, rehearsing it. And honestly, even when I wanted to speak at the funeral, I was just going to come from the heart. My dad was, he was my superhero.
Take your time. Take your time.
Um, uh, a little backstory. So my mom and dad got divorced when I was 4 years old. And one thing that I can say, one good thing I got from him, or I got a lot of good things, but one thing I watched that man do is work. He worked and he helped out when he could. He picked me and my sisters up when he could. I have a lot of memories from that. I remember one, man, he used to always try and race me. And I used to thought I was fast until I realized that he was just running slow. But oh man, I used to think I was the fastest person. Yeah, yeah, it was great. I like I said, my dad worked a lot, and so when I was younger, I didn't understand that. I didn't understand that he was working to help out, to pay child support, and to make sure we had what we needed. Um, but in elementary school, my dad always come to the school. Well, not always, but when he did, he'd come eat lunch with us. He would sit down with me and eat lunch, and I would hear, "Oh, Dad, Harry, you look just like your dad." Like, yeah, I know.
Mhm.
Stop saying it. Like, I get it. My dad, everyone knows my dad. He was big on haircuts, and so one of the things that I used to always look forward to was getting my haircut with my dad. And it was it was just a time where me and him got to spend together as father and son. We got to hang out, tell jokes, um, go eat Burger King, um, go back to his house for a little bit, watch some videos. He loved comedy. Um, if you wanted to hear my dad crack up laughing, put on Kevin Hart or something, he would die laughing at the TV because yeah, and he would be over there wheezing and having all types of fun. But yeah, so at when I got older, I always wanted to say I want to be just like you, Dad, when I get older. And he always say, "Air, I love that, but I want you to be better than me." And I would always
Mm,
look at him funny, and he would say, the mistakes I made with you and your sisters, I don't want you to make that with your kids. I
right.
don't want you to do what I did. So, I want you to, work. I want you to be there for your kids. I want you to do everything I couldn't do and didn't do. Um, and so as I got older, I kept that near and dear to my heart. So when I had my firstborn, I was really scared because I didn't know what to do, and that always rang true. My dad was like, be better than me, um, in that aspect. And so that's one thing I can say that I cherish the most from him is just him
Mhm.
instilling that for me. Let me see what else I was gonna. I'm trying to think. Really now, my mind is blanking. Honestly, he everyone that shared stories about him, everyone that messaged me about my dad, um, I really appreciate because that was a side of him I didn't get to see. Uh, Being the only boy, my dad's real protective over me, just because he knew I carried the legacy. So,
Right.
um, I didn't understand that at first. I didn't understand what the legacy was and whatever else. I'm like, Dad, you got two of the kids. If they have kids, it's fine, whatever. And as I got older, I understood I'm the only one that can carry the Stevens name.
Hmm.
But I wanted to do security with my dad because I'm like, me and my dad can hang out more, get something to talk about in common. He'd be like, "Yeah, I don't want you to do that." I'm like, "Come on, pops, I can handle my own. I could probably beat you up." And this is before he got bulky and became a black belt. And my dad was like, "Yeah, I can't focus on protecting you and doing my job. I'm like, Dad, I can handle my own. Like, I'm taller than you, faster than you. You got a bad back. Come on, pops. And he was like, Eric, just trust me on this. And so I never went to security. I always wanted to, but I never went to. But he taught me what to do when I go in the store or in a restaurant. Look for the doors, watch people.
Mhm.
And so that's one thing. The thing I love that he instilled that you know into me. So like when I'm out with my wife or the kids or whoever, I'm able to scan the area and watch this because that's just what my dad taught me to do at a young age. Um, yeah, it's that there was a lot of good times, a lot of bad times. I'm not really going to speak on the bad just because like I want to remember the good times of my dad.
Right.
Um, honestly, he was like my best friend. As I got older, he was when my nana passed, he was the first person I called.
That says a lot. That says a lot because the mom is usually the first person somebody called. That says that you and your dad had a special relationship.
I called him. And I begged him not to leave me, just because I couldn't go through the hurt again. But he always used to tell me that as much as he'd want to, he can't be here forever. I just didn't know that forever was gonna end so soon. But yeah,
Take your time. Take a deep breath. Breathe in, breathe out. You're talking about your father. You the lineage to your father. So, and you already got the Stevens name going on. So your dad was a great man,
he
and you
was
can
he
take
was
you take your time and talk about him. If you need to pause, pause.
he was he was the best of the best. I just wish that we had more time. That's one thing we always take for granted is time.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I'm trying not to. I'm trying not to cry anymore.
Hey,
um,
listen here. That's a crying is a natural emotion. If you
yeah,
leave it in, is going to hurt far more worse than leaving it in than getting it out. Get it out.
yeah. Um, yeah, I asked him not to leave me. He said he wouldn't. He said he would try to be here as long as he could. Um, and I love that. I would say I was thankful that he was able to talk me down and to be able to get through a lot of my Nana's stuff. Um, I'm
How old were
trying
you when
one.
your nana passed?
Um, I was 27, 28.
So you guys had a really close relationship.
Yeah, my Nana was my other best friend. I used to teach her dances and slang and all that. See, I couldn't teach my dad that stuff. Um, my sister, we always joke about it. We were when Crumpin was huge. I want to say 'cause me and my sister are 4 years apart, so I want to say I was like 15, so she would have been 11 or somewhere around there, and he was trying to crump.
Oh, your
And
dad.
yeah, my dad was trying to crump, and he's so short. When he jumped, he was like really high up, and he threw his back out trying to crump.
Oh my goodness.
It was the funniest thing ever because he was going. He's like, air my back. I can't move my back. And I'm like, see, Dad, this is why you shouldn't
Like
try to
I'm
do
dead
young.
serious.
Yeah,
Look.
yeah. You can't do young people stuff. You're not young no more, pops. Um, but yeah, so that was another great time we had. Just laughing and him trying to dance. Um, Any looking like Gina Top version. Yeah, yeah. I'm Big Wade, just so everybody knows. Everybody just joining. Um,
Yes.
Another thing, I loved about my dad, but hated at the same time, and it's a good thing. My dad, anyone who knew my dad, he didn't know anything about anything. If you asked him to fix the car, he said, "Listen, I'll pay someone to do it." If you asked him to do anything around the house, he'd say, I'm paying someone to do it." And so so my dad say, "Eric, when you come into town, I don't know, Dad, I got a DJ this weekend. Okay, when you come in, I need you to change my locks." And I'm like, "Dad, why am I changing the locks? Eric, I just need you to change my locks. Don't worry about what's going on. Just change my locks." "All right, Dad, I'll come change the locks." And this was a weekly thing almost. Something happened. "Eric, I need you to change my locks. Eric, can you come help me fix the stove? Eric, how do I pair the garage code?" And I'm like, "Dad, you have got to watch YouTube or something. Like, you have to. I can't keep coming down here to help you fix stuff
Right.
to do it." Well, then that backfired on me because TikTok's a big thing.
Hmm.
So my dad got into TikTok. And so I'm like, "Dad, what are you doing?" "I'm watching the TikTok." "Okay, Dad, get off TikTok, please. Just get off." What's wrong? "I need to get on TikTok. I need to watch how to do this and do that." I'm like, "Dad, stay off of TikTok." And so, sure enough, he's watching TikTok. His grandkids showing him TikToks and whatever else. So now we'd come over. We had a really big dance um, at his house right before Christmas. And my youngest daughter was showing him she can do the Louisiana jig. So she's down there jigging, having fun. He's eating it up. And I turn around and my dad's doing this as one of the TikTok dances. I'm like, "Dad, please stop. I can't
Stop.
take you
Please
anywhere.
stop.
Just stop it." And it doesn't help that my kid like, "Yeah, Papa Wade, let's go, Papa Wade." He's like, "Oh yeah, yeah." And I'm like, "Please, Father,
Juicing
come
them
on,
up.
please. I'm begging you just to stop. Stop with the please. You're in the 50 plus. Just please act 50,
Hey,
please."
leave us
Um,
50 plus alone. Leave us 50 plus alone.
Listen, the other 50 plus, y'all can probably get to it. My dad he's too bulky, so he looks weird just doing the TikTok
Yeah,
dances.
yeah, all,
Please,
all buff and stuff. Look, all
yeah,
buff.
but just and he's serious, 100%. I'm like, "Dad,
You said
please stop it.
100% serious. Oh my
Please
goodness.
stop it." And you
I want
couldn't
to
tell
ask.
me, "Yes, ma'am."
No, I just wanted to ask you, what is one of the funniest things, like when you were a kid, like that your dad surprised you with, or you were just like, what?
Okay. Okay.
Or embarrassed. Funny or
Okay.
embarrassed.
Yes. So my dad was deathly afraid of mice, ladybugs, and snakes.
Big buff
Okay.
Wade
Big buff
was fit.
Wade.
What was afraid of ladybugs?
I was scared to death. So I would always alternate with my mom and my dad, like on the weekends where I stay a week at my dad's or whatever. When I got older, I would do it.
Mhm.
And so it was summertime, and this is a snake story. I was helping him cut the grass, and he had two lawnmowers, so he'd always handle the front and I'd handle the back. And I used to hate doing the back, and I'd be low key beefing, cussing him out in my head because it was a very steep hill. So I'm like, I don't understand why I gotta cut the back and you're able to cut the front and you're done easy peasy. Well, he had a big rock in the middle of his backyard. And so one day I forgot tennis shoes. He said, "Eric, can you wear my shoes?" "Like, Dad, I can't fit your shoes. You wear a size 7. I cannot fit your shoes. I'm in an 8, 8.5, almost 9. I'm not squeezing my feet to." He's okay. Here, I'll cut the grass. So he's cutting the grass, and I'm inside. I think I was playing with our my dog Sadie. She's a purebred boxer, and I'm playing with her. I'm doing something in the house. All of a sudden, I hear air, 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 and I'm like, "Why is my dad yelling my name? Air, air!" So I come out, and he's like running, revving this lawnmower like this. And I'm like, "Dad, what are you doing?" "Air, it's a snake. Air, air, it's a snake." I'm like, "It's a what?" "It's a snake. Air, it's a snake. Get it, get it." And I'm like, "Dad, there's no snake." Sure enough, a garter snake pops his head out. It's a pretty big one. Pops his head up out the ground, and he is trying to run this thing over.
With the
Air, get
lawnmower.
it with the lawnmower. Air, trying to running it over the rock too. So the he's almost hitting the rock. And I'm like, Dad, just shut the lawnmower off and I'll get it. He's air, come on, air, don't play air, get it. I'm like, Dad, it's a garter snake. Ain't no way you're this buff and you beat up inmates and you're scared of a snake. He was like, Air, I don't want to hear it. Air, that's not funny. Air. So I caught the snake and I'm like, look, Dad, he's like, Air, I'm not playing Air, don't. And I'm like, all right, Dad. So I threw it across the fence. He's like, Air, you got to cut the back. I said, Dad, okay, I'll just cut it my slides, whatever. So I finished cutting the grass and I'm laughing at him the whole time because it is just the funniest thing that he is crying over the snake. So wintertime at the same house, he had mulch and
Uh-huh.
he had some field mice because it was kind of a big field along the way. And my
Hmm.
dad is a very clean person. He hates, hates the dirty house, whatever. And so, um, I'm helping him move the mulch, and I'm in the house again. So I'm not around him again. Air. I come running into Dad. What's wrong, Dad? I'm thinking he slipped or something. Air, there's a mouse in the back. There's a mouse. Air, there's a mouse. I'm like, Dad, a mouse where? Get it, Air, get it. And he's got a broom. And he's beating this broom on the mulch. And I used to have the video. I don't know where the video's at. I used to have the video of him just going around in the circle around this mulch, just beating this mulch. Air, get it, air, get it. And I'm like, Dad, I can't get it. And he's air for like 5, 10 minutes is screaming air. So I'm like, Dad, I think you got it. And I go to the mulch, and sure enough, it's a mouse, and he's obliterated that mouse into
What?
almost the mulch. And I'm like, Dad, I think you got it. And he keeps beating it. I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm like, Dad, just throw the mulch out. You got it. I'm crying laughing because
Oh
I'm like,
my
Dad,
goodness.
there's no way you're. And he was smaller than he was back then, but he was still
Mhm.
kind of beefy. And I'm like, Dad, there's no way you're this buff and you're scared of the mouse. He's like, Here, I don't play about the mice. I don't play about the mice. I'm like, yes, Dad,
I'm
I
with
know.
your dad on that one now. I mean, I remember I seen a mouse coming in our garage. I stayed at the hotel for 3 days. I was like, yeah, I'm not going back. There's like, you own the house. I kept telling my mom, I'm not going back to that house. She said, you're definitely coming back. I
Listen,
was
I'm the same way with spiders. I don't mess with the spiders. If there's a spider in the house, the house is gone. I got to burn the house down.
like,
I got to.
so tell us a
Yeah.
little bit about Wade's relationship with your kids.
Papa Wade, Papa Wade, Pop. He loves them. There, you couldn't tell him any different. Um, my family's a blended family. My wife had 3 kids before me. I had one before her, and then we've got one together. But to my dad, those were all his grandkids. He didn't care. It wasn't, not treat them all the same. He if you mess with his grandkids, he's coming after you. Yeah, that man loved his grandkids. There was no denying that.
Now, what is the scariest thing? Because I remember one time my mama told me, if I have to come up to that school, she said, if I have to leave my job and come up to that school, and that's all she said. She didn't have to say that. If Chatella, if I have to come up to that school and leave
Mm-hmm.
my job, then I was like, I gotta quit doing this dumb shit I'm doing. 'Cause I know she did not have a problem embarrassing me. Back
Oh
then,
yeah.
you could whoop kids at school. The teachers would
Yes.
be like, that's what she needs. So,
Mm-hmm.
what is like the scariest moment that you was like, oh my goodness, my dad can't find out?
Okay, so I was a pretty decent kid in school. I have ADHD, so growing up, statistically, black parents didn't give black kids medicine. They're just like, I'm a
Right.
I'm a whoop you and that's it. Well, I've never been suspended up until my freshman year, I think, maybe sophomore year in high school. A kid was bullying me, and I was okay. Everyone thought I was gonna be as short as my dad because my dad is 5 foot. maybe. I
Right.
5'2", something. So everyone thought I was gonna be short as my dad. So I was about 4'11", 5 foot, freshman sophomore year, and this kid was bullying me, and so he was trying to take the chair from me. And more of the story is, we he threw the chair, but we both let go at the same time. So I got suspended for being in a fighting stance. And I was supposed to go stay the whole weekend with my dad, and I was super excited. We were gonna go play video games, whatever. And my dad, I didn't tell him, and I got suspended, and I told him, and my dad was yelling on the phone, Eric, what the? Why would what? You should have just fought him. Then you should have just fought him. I don't understand why you. And I'm like, I'm trying to tell my dad, I didn't fight him. I was suspended for a fighting stance, and my dad is yelling like, well, you should have just, you should have knocked him out. I don't understand it. And that was like the very first time I've ever really heard my dad yell at me in that sense. If it's something that I didn't do, like, again, I was kind of a mischievous kid. I did stuff, whatever. But that was like the very first time I said, okay, let me not get in a fight ever, because I would rather deal with my mom come to the school and her just yell at me than my dad screaming at the phone. And I don't know if he gonna say we're gonna back up there, gonna fight him. I didn't know. I'm like, yep, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not worrying about it. Nope, you got it, pops. I refuse.
So
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna give you a little insight on that. So when we was he at corrections then?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little insight on that. So like if we had to be called to a code or somebody disrupting in a mod, they arguing back and forth, and our thing was whether you arguing or you fight, you still
Yeah.
going to lock down. And we used to tell them, y'all may as well fight. What you just arguing for? I'm still gonna strike you the same way. You still going down for a minimum of 96 hours. So that was our mentality,
Yeah.
that's some stuff from, like, yeah, well, why would you, if they suspended you for doing a fighting stance, you should have just clocked them one good time. So that's where, and I mean, and I'm guilty of it too, bringing it home to my kids. Well, you should have just fought. Why did you know? I didn't brought that home to my kid. So I think that just that mentality, at being in that environment,
Yeah.
and plus, my family environment, my structure, we was like, yeah, fight. We fighters anyway. So yeah, I can see your dad saying that because we used to say to inmates all the time, well, I mean, you causing all this ruckus. We got to call people in here, drag people out, and you didn't even lay a hand on somebody. So yeah, that what he would. I don't think he was like just encouraging you to fight, but that little bit that kind of sticks in our head from Douglas County.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and my dad. So growing up, okay, my we got anger issues. My dad's got it. I have learned to control it for the most part. I warn people, this ain't what you want to do. I'm telling you, you poke the bear, it's not gonna end well for you. So I don't know if he actually knew how bad my anger was at that time, because my parents divorced. I had all this anger pent up and whatever. One of the reasons I always begged my mom to put me in boxing. She didn't put me in boxing because she said, if I black out, I might really hurt somebody, and she didn't want that. So it was that thing where I think I was just learning to control my anger. And I'm trying to tell my dad, like, be happy I didn't swing, and I didn't black out and beat the pope out of this kid. I'm trying to, come see you for the weekend. I don't want you to see me in DCYC because I didn't beat the snot out of the kid. And he just, yeah.
So you're very static. I'm not knowing if that's the area you in, or can we do a mic check real quick?
Yep, we can do a mic check.
Okay, it's a little staticky. I know people don't start saying that it's staticky. So I'm not sure if it's the area what's going on. But I definitely want you to tell us something. Hopefully, this audio, whatever it is, will feel, work itself out. I want you to tell us something. Okay, so he's going to come out, y'all. We had some audio issues earlier, and then we came out and came back in, and they were resolved. So I'll wait until he comes back in. But definitely want to. You said you can hear air, Felicia. You think the window was down? You can hear him fine. Is it not staticky? Okay, y'all let me know if it's not staticky for y'all. Then okay, let me get him back in here. If y'all can hear him fine, I'm good. Y'all can hear him fine. I'm good. Okay, wait a minute. Let me see here. Back up here.
Yeah,
You
it's
guys
still kind
hear
of
him
real
fine?
static.
Uh, okay, so they said yeah. Somebody just texted me and said that it's it's a little wobbly. Okay. All right. I need you to do a mic check areas. Let me see how you're now then.
Okay. Mic check, mic check. 1 2 1 2.
Okay, so we need the audience participation. Look, there areas, but okay, so I'm gonna say something. I'm looking at the comments now. I want y'all to tell me if it's me. Can y'all hear me clear, or can y'all hear areas clear, or if we both? Somebody, okay, wait a minute. Let me see. Somebody says, Chantella, your sound is warped. We hear him fine. Okay, now areas, when you hear me, is it warped when you hear me?
Yeah, it's a little staticky, but I can hear you.
Okay. So as long as they can hear you fine, I don't care if they can. I will ask my questions in the chat. You go ahead and the one thing I want to know was something we know about your dad, and you just repeat the question because if it's wobbly, but I'll just put my questions in the chat. Something that we
Okay.
that we wouldn't know about your dad.
Let me see. Uh, something we wouldn't know about my dad. My dad. Okay, now a lot of people know this. Might not know this. I don't know. My dad was the leftover king. If you left food in the fridge for more than a day and a half, yeah, that it's gone. He was big on saving food, saving money. Yeah. He used to. Okay, when before he got married, my kids used to make fun because all he had in the house was waffles in the house. So yeah, he does not care about food or anything like that. The same I'm waffle now.
Yeah, I
Let me see if
seen
this
that.
helps.
Oh, get this devil out of our look, get this devil behind me. Satan, get thee behind me. Because now they said you sound warped. Let me go out of here on here. I want you to stay in. I'm gonna come out. Arius, I'm gonna come out.
Okay.
All right.
So one more guys, can you hear me? I am saying something. I don't want to be put on the spot. Okay, hold on. This commercial break is brought to you by C4. It's great workout, pre-workout. This is strawberry blast. Y'all see that? Mm-mm-mm. Yummy. Performance drink. Tested and certified for professional and collegiate athletes. Still static? Doggone it. Well, it's a commercial break. We're trying to figure out the
Okay. Now, was the audio any different? Got that one out, Arius?
they said I was still static. Yeah, I'll have to leave this time and I'll try to come back and see.
I am. I want everybody to stay on. Arius, you stay on right now. I'm going to grab my life. I'm going to just grab a different device. I just need everybody to stay on because I want to be able to finish his presentation, his tribute to his dad. So if you guys could just please be patient with us. If the big ABC, NBC can have technical difficulties, many areas can too. One moment, please.
commercial break? Okay. If I'm so horrible, let's see. This commercial break brought to you by Warheads, Blue Raspberry Fuse. Now, even though they're not really sour though. Let's read the things. Okay. I wish that she comes back in and see if it fixes it. Let me see better. Brought to you by Minute Maid. Nutrient facts. 0 grams of total fat. 35 milligrams, 1% of sodium. But what's a serving though? What's up, Narnie? Ariel. Can y'all hear me okay? Am I still staticky? Well, I'm trying to fix it. I don't know what to do. Oh, I can't fold under pressure. Or it's because my phone's hot. Another commercial. Okay. All right. I'll do another commercial. I'm still static.
Okay. I have changed my whole new different device, so we're gonna see what's going on. How am I sounding to you, Arieus?
Still a
Still
little
recorded?
staticky, but I
It could
can.
be the platform. It could be the platform because I switched. I didn't switch from my iPad to my laptop, and I even brought the desktop in here, and it's still sounding. So we definitely want to apologize, guys. That was something we don't know what happened here, but we are very sorry. Please accept our apologies for the inconvenience. I have no idea what's going on. I changed 3 devices and it's still staticky. I don't know. It could be my internet. It could be something. More than likely, it's something on the platform. More than likely, it's something on the platform. Yeah. Well, Arius, it sounds horrible now. So I apologize. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you on Facebook. Give me a second.
Okay. Let me see.
Well, now you sounded clear. Wait a minute.
I sound good now?
Yes. How do I sound?
Oh, sweet. I don't know what happened, but let's do it.
I'm like, you sound clear now. Okay. Okay. So everybody, y'all should be because he sounds clear to me. I'm hoping he's clear to everybody. Is he clear to everybody? Let me turn this thing off. Look, I'm like,
Am I
you
am I
are
good now?
clear. You are clear. Yes.
Okay, good. I was gonna say another commercial break is brought to you by Peppermint 5.
You look like your mom and dad. You got your features are very strong, like your dad, but kind of like your aura and just like your facial expressions and stuff. Just remind me of your smile of your mom and dad. Looking at you,
you know,
looking at you now.
you know what's crazy is my wife just said that to my mom. She was like, Aries is a good mix of you and his dad. I'm like, oh, thank you. Someone else can say I look like my mom and just not. I mean, okay, I'm a carbon copy of my dad. I get it, but geez,
Yeah,
I'm like a
yeah, yeah. So yeah, you look good. Especially I got the big screen on now, and I'm like, oh yeah, you look like your mom too. At first I was like, oh yeah, that's his son, that's his son, that's his son. But you do look like Felicia too. Let me see. So everybody, y'all good? Not the peppermint five. What's the peppermint five? What's the
Oh,
peppermint five?
that's the 5 gun.
Oh, the oh yeah, he is looking for endorsements. He's looking for endorsements. He is. You can reach him. His manager is Chantella Wallace. You can reach me at 402-812-2225. Um, all bookings.
Bring it on. Bring on the endorsement.
Bring it
I
on,
got
bring
you.
it on, bring it on, bring it on. He was doing a commercial. Miss Juanita said he was doing a whole commercial and did it well too. We might have to reach out to Peppermint Pie. But I'm about to go to Felicia. I seen one of these comments on here. Let me go to this comment because Felicia, you know you was gaslighting us. When Felicia say 5'4", you know what? You didn't gave away. Was that with his lips on? You just talking about he
Yeah,
was 5'4".
something.
Was that with his lips on, Felicia?
He wasn't no 5. Him
He
and him
said
and Nar about the same
5'4".
height.
Yeah. I think 5'4" is giving it a little bit. You give him, you give him a little bit extra, Felicia. Yeah, you gave him a little bit. You gave him the Prince lifts. Now, did he have on the Prince shoes? If he had on the
He,
Prince shoes, then we gonna go with 5'4", 5'5" on that. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, other than that, Felicia, I'm gonna have to beg to differ with you on that one.
Oh, oh, listen. I got a ticket of his somewhere where his height was 5.07.
Now, where did you see that at?
On a ticket. I think my wife might have thrown it away, but we were laughing at it for a good solid 20 minutes. Like, ain't no way you told this officer you're 5.07.
Maybe the officer looked at him and said, when he got out the car, talking about, same height as my daughter. Look.
Yeah, yeah.
Same height as my daughter. Okay, so you were about to tell us, you were telling us, I know had something to do with food. You said he couldn't stand.
Yeah, he was a leftover connoisseur is what he used to call it. Leftover king. That man would, if you left food in the fridge for more than 2 days, you can consider that gone. Didn't matter if he knew it was yours or not. It didn't matter if you were just waiting till, or you forgot about to eat it that day. If he saw eyes on it on day 2,
It's gone.
it's gone.
See, that's how my cousin is. And I'm like, I was going to eat that. It's been in there for 2 days. I'm like, 2 days? That's all you giving me? It's 2 days? 2 days?
Yeah.
Yes. So what would you like during the service, if you would have had the opportunity to give your tribute to your dad? What was one of the most important things, or I know we've talked about memories and stuff like that, and you've given us some laughs, but what is like one of the most important lessons your dad taught you? Because I was saying happy birthday to Care Bear, Grandma Bear, and I was saying people just don't know what impact they can have on you. And this was 30 something years ago. And I still remember the things that I learned from her. And I'm like, to this day, I'm 58 now. I was in my 20s when I seen how she moved. I seen the things that she did. And I was like, now, even if she didn't sit me down and just teach me, just from me being able to watch her. And I was like, wow. And I carry a whole bunch of those things. Shout out to Mary Kelly, Care Bear, Grandma Bear. She taught me, she was like one of the most influential women in my life besides my mother. I had a lot of great women in my life, but she was one that the things that I learned from her business wise, how to carry myself like a lady, how to fit in and blend in and, and be a part, feel like I can enter every room, not just certain rooms. She had a lot to do with that. So what is something that was so impactful that your dad, whether he sat you down and taught you, or you just looked at him and was like, okay. And you'll probably carry that. I'm 58. I'm still carrying it.
Yeah, I think one of the things that he really taught me was work ethic.
Mm.
Um, and honestly, just he'd always tell me like, there's no right or wrong way to be a man, but I'm gonna show you the blueprint of how to, in a sense, be a man in his standards. And it was really respect women, go to work and spend time with the family. That was one thing. One thing I think was his biggest regret when we were younger was he worked so much, but that kind of taught me to, okay, yes, work, but also balance family in the
Mm-hmm.
same sense. Because even though that man worked a lot and he'd get 2-3 hours of sleep and go back to work, he really cared about family. And so that's the biggest thing that I can take away. And I'm proud to say, watching him and everything, is that I make sure I work. I make sure I'm there for my family. Make sure I'm showing up. So that's one of the impact that he had on me throughout my whole life.
That's huge. That is huge. And I love how you said, because, especially working at the county, sometimes we had to work when we didn't want to work. We had
Yeah,
mandatory overtime. And so my kids could probably say some of the same things that you're saying, that I work so much. And then I finally figured out how to beat the system, maybe my last 3 or 4 years there, but I was there for 14 years. And it was, I mean, in plenty of times I was pissed, I was mad, that I had to work trying to get out of it. And so my kids definitely remember that. They remember the time that I was away from them. And I'm glad that you, as a young man, realized that there is a work-life balance. I was in my 40s, I think, when I figured it out. So you're much younger and figuring it out. I was like, hey, I can't keep going on like this. So
yeah,
that is very important. And I want everybody on this platform to know that is extremely important. And this young man said that his dad worked hard. He knew that he cared about the family. He worked to take care of the family. But what he learned is to have those same strong work ethics, but balance work and family. That's awesome. That is awesome. That is a great lesson to learn. That's huge.
yeah.
Some people live their whole life and don't learn that. Some people live their whole life and don't learn that. Your mama is funny. She said, that's what he told her. And you believed him?
Listen,
I still can't get over it. She's standing by her 5'4". She is not, Ari, she is not leaving that 5'4". She's like, but that's what he told me.
listen. I don't. I
Yeah.
got nothing.
So, is there anything else you want to say? You have been so gracious to come on the show, and I know you and your family are dealing with a lot. I wanted you to just be able to say whatever you want to, however you wanted to say it. And that's why I didn't want, because I knew me and your auntie was going to be going. I said, no, no, no. You was like, I was like, no, no, no. I said, we only want to mix you up on that. We want to give you your own platform where you can say what you need to say about your dad. And a lot of the things you're saying, a lot of us already know. I worked for
Yeah,
him for years. I heard him talk about his family. I heard him talk about his kids. I heard him talk about you. So a lot of so regardless of what anybody else said that really did know him, that's going by third and fourth hand, bump all of that. Bump all of
yeah,
that. Look how many people are talking about. We're all giving the same story. I don't even know half of these people that's giving the same story,
yeah,
but so that's what that consistency, because my grandmother always say it's easy to tell the truth, but damn, when you lying, you'll be like, what I say? How I say?
mhm,
What I say? It causes you anxiety, and it causes you to work. You don't have to
yeah,
work at telling the truth. So yeah, just a all around great guy. And ain't nobody perfect. And for people
yeah,
to say anything other than that, family is the most important thing. If
yeah.
somebody is good to their family, they are right with me.
Oh yeah.
All right with me. They are right with me. Well, so is there anything you want to say to your mom with her dreams of 5'4"? Um,
Listen, I got nothing from my mom with that. She's the one that married him, and whatever, you took that 5'4" and ran with it. It is what it is. No, I want to. Honestly, it's really, everyone's telling me, my dad's proud of me and to keep making him proud, and that's just the ultimate goal is just to continue just to make him proud and to do what I know that I'm supposed to be doing. Um, it's it's really trying to find a new normal. Honestly, I've been looking for him to call me these past couple of days, talking about Air. I'm not about to be chasing around like no bill collector. I see you ain't want to call me. What's going on? Or you text me, Air, what are you doing? Or my sister. Well, I think everyone knows, but me and my sister know this the most. My dad was big on he would text and then capitalize a whole word and then text normal and then capitalize a whole nother word. So it would be like he's talking and then like getting loud and then regular. It was weird. But the one thing he always used to tell me was to be unstoppable. Take the day and own the day. Um and so that's one thing that I'm really trying to just continue to do, in his honor. Um is that, and then I got one more embarrassing thing I forgot to say because it just
Hey,
came to me,
you got the
and it's
floor. I ain't rushing you.
it's
You got the floor.
it's traumatizing to me,
I can't wait to hear it. Look.
and and my mom and my wife, I think Nari knows, but my mom and my wife know where I'm going with this. And okay, my dad used to be a male stripper.
What?
Yes. Okay. So
Oh,
that might be another thing no one else knew. My aunt was traumatized by him too, and anytime I hear the story, I get traumatized because what I'm about to say. I don't know if he had a show. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what he was doing. But when my mom and dad were still married, I want to say I was like I was divorced when I was 7. I want to say I was like 5 or 6 maybe. Cause I remember vividly. I was walking in his room. I was going to say, Dad, you want to go outside and play catch or something? And I walked into the room. This man had no shirt on, and he had a green G string on. And I'm sorry, pops. I'm sorry, but I gotta say this because it's been haunting me, and I never said anything to you about it. All I seen was cheeks when I walked into the room, and I'm sorry. That yeah. Look, my mom's laughing because she knows. Yeah.
Oh my
So
goodness.
so yeah. So then I decided to try and be a male stripper and didn't go far. I tried to be, walked down my dad's steps, and my wife found out. She goes, "Oh, did you wear a G-string too?" And I said, "Absolutely not. I didn't even do it. I just wanted to see if I could, just to say I do it like my dad." Look, see, he was practicing for a strip show. Yep, I knew. Yep, I knew it. Oh, I was
Oh
4, I
my
guess.
goodness, that is too funny.
Traumatized me. That was, and I never told him about it because I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna remember that. I don't know, but
Oh,
yeah, I
but
walked
you
in.
see them cheeks,
Yeah,
cheeks for
that was
days.
it. That was it for me. And I said, yep, nope, nope. I don't even think he knew I was in the room. I just walked in and I was going to say, Dad, you want to go outside? And I walked right back out. And I said,
You was like,
absolutely not.
you tired, you tired, you tired. Oh man, that is
Mm-mm.
hilarious. Oh, that is hilarious. She said, "Oh, now me, now that was definitely something I wouldn't have. I never knew your dad was a stripper. I
Yep, yep.
never knew your dad was a stripper with the G string. I ain't mad at him. He probably was killing it. Look, he probably was killing it back then.
Mm-mm.
Your face. I can't wait for you to see this. Your face, you like, not at all. I'm not having it. I'm not
Yeah.
having it.
I never said anything to him because I'm like, I don't know if he's going to bust out laughing or if he remembers. But yeah, he was a male stripper and I've walked in on cheats and it's out there now. So
Your mama said he was killing it whenever we get
that's
she said whenever we get through. Look, he was killing it.
did
she
the
was She said she did the choreography. Okay, well you're gonna have to show us the steps one day, Miss
Please,
Felicia.
please no,
Please don't.
please.
You said please don't. Please don't. Well, all right, Arias. I do want to tell me what your name means.
My name means.
The meaning of your
I
name.
I honestly have no idea. I've been trying to look it up. I've been trying to look it up for 33 years. What it was. My mom, from what I knew, my mom liked Darius, but she didn't like the D, so she took the D off and added an E.
Oh,
And so my full name is obviously Arieus Michael Stevens. Um, and my dad is or was a big Michael Jordan fan. So that's how I got the middle name Michael. Oh, it means warrior. Oh, that's cool. I
right.
know that.
She said warrior, baby. I knew
That's
it had
cool.
some type of meaning because it's not a common name, and names like that usually have some type of significant meaning behind it. So I was just wondering. I was like, I'm gonna ask him what his name means. So
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's awesome. But yeah,
interesting.
so and then I don't know where my baby book is at, but one of the names or a few of the names. One was Wade Lamar Stevens III. The other one was Arius Stephon Stevens, which I'm glad that didn't happen. The other one was a girl name. I don't remember what that one was. And then the last name was Michael Jeffrey Jordan Stevens. I kid you not.
Now, Felicia, you're gonna have some explaining to do. Michael, Jeffrey, what was
Jordan
that?
Stevens.
Oh, okay.
And that's because my dad was a huge Michael Jordan fan. So
Yeah,
he wanted the name.
that's a lot. Well, thank you, Felicia, for shutting that shit down. Um,
Yes, I appreciate that.
Look, I'm a thank you for Arias. I'm a thank you for Mr. Arias Michael Stevens for shutting that down. She said that wasn't me. Yeah, we know it was you after you said, but yeah, yeah. All right. Well, is there anything you like to say? Anybody you want to shout out? Anything you like to say before we leave?
Honestly, for sons that have a dad, don't have a relationship with their dad or whatever, it reach out because again, time's not promised. Um, this came out of nowhere. If I could have my dad back, I would love to. But I'm grateful for the relationship we had, the laughs we shared, crying that we shared, and um, just being able to have that father son relationship. Dads, if you haven't talked to your kids or your son or kids in general, whatever, reach out to them. There's nothing like having that dad relationship.
Mhm.
That's one thing that I always appreciated. Even if me and my dad didn't talk, for a couple years, whatever else, I knew that somewhere my dad was there. And when we did talk, he thought about me 100%, even when we didn't talk, or he was there for me and 100%. Um, so that's one thing I can say to everybody is if you're a dad, reach out to your kids. Talk to them, tell them you love them, tell them you're proud of them, and then just to thank God every day that we're able to wake up. You know,
Right.
have
Amen.
fun, live life, um, and stay weird. That's it. That's all I have.
Well, we want to thank you. That was very insightful. Thank you for sharing your experiences and your memories and your embarrassments and your threatening phone messages from your dad, the capital letters, the sentence in the lowercase. Thank you for sharing all that and some memories about and some of the engagement with you and your mom and your dad. That was very special. I know this wasn't easy for you, and this journey hasn't been Wade had an untimely death, and just everything that surrounded was crazy. So the fact that you and your mom, and if y'all haven't seen Felicia Hepburn's video, you'll see what grace. You will see what grace is, and you will see what forgiving looks like. So you'll see all that. She delivered a message, calm as hell, nothing like mine. Very angry, angry Black woman, nothing like mine. And it directly had to do with her children. So that's why I say just so much grace. So check out Felicia's live she posted. It was very nice. She's very protective of her kids. I could tell that just even, and I knew that just by her calmness. I
Yeah.
show mine by anger, but if you have enough restraint to do that in calmness, and believe it or not, Aries, that was like me kind of being calm and not really saying what I wanted to, but
Yeah.
your was embodied it, and so that takes a lot of restraint. That takes a lot of restraint, and but I want to thank you. And if you ever need to reach out to me, please don't hesitate to ask. If you need help with something, paperwork, I work with contracts, all of that stuff. Don't, I don't want this to be just a one time thing. I knew
Yes,
your dad.
ma'am.
I know, and you're very respectful. And y'all, every single time he responded to me, he said, Miss Chantella Wallace on every single correspondence that we had. Not like, like we going back and forth. He's steady saying Miss Chantella Wallace. He's steady saying that the entire time. So I know you was raised right, and the people here can see that too. So I want to thank you. I want to thank you for coming. And again, let's not make this a last chance. I know you said you live in Iowa. When you come in town or whatever, I might be calling you to be a model in a fashion show. Uh-oh,
Yo,
look at
let me know. Let
it.
me know. I
I'm
got
sending
you.
you. I'm sending you the information. It's April 11th. We're doing a scholarship fundraiser. We're
Okay.
doing a scholarship fundraiser. So I'm very passionate about scholarships. But I'm like, I've been checking you out the way you. I was like, okay, we might need to get him in the fashion show. I will definitely, as people in here talking about your mom's video, definitely hit you up. As a matter of fact, once we finish, I'll send that to you. But
Okay.
I just wanted Aries to have the floor without me hooping and hollering about ignorance, without his auntie hooping and hollering about ignorance, and with an audience like y'all that met the conversation. It met the conversation, and that's what I wanted it to do. Thank you, everybody that joined, for being respectful, and just keeping it on what areas Michael Stevens was talking about, not anything else. So definitely want to thank you for your courage. You were brave to come on. I'm gonna go ahead and pray us out of here. I want you to stay on for a minute. Heavenly Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we come to you in an attitude of prayer that is showing humility and humbleness. Heavenly Father, we ask that you bless this family. First, we want to thank you for giving us everything that you've done for us today. Just the several things you've already done, waking us up this morning, giving us an opportunity to be on this platform, allowing us to nourish our bodies. You have done so many things for us already. We can't even thank you enough. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for Arieus. I want you to watch over him and his family. Dispatch an angel of comfort, strength, and guidance around the whole Stevens family. Heavenly Father, I want you to bless the audience, those who are here, those who left, and those who could not join. I want you to give everyone grace and mercy on this platform. I want to thank his mother for encouraging him to be on this platform. Heavenly Father, I want to thank those viewers that tuned in and was very respectful. That is very, very important. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, man. Aries about to tell y'all bye. Y'all already know you are tuned in to the hottest podcast in the Midwest, the only podcast that shouts you out in real time and answer questions during the show. All right, y'all already know what time it is. Before you go to sleep, you gotta do what? Blah, blah, blah. Stay woke. Man, Aries is out of here. Goodbye. So we are ending the stream. Look, I'm trying to do it too quick and it's going back. It's going